Welcome to the month of February, and welcome to the theme of the month, silence. Silence has no beginning. Silence has no end. In the beginning, there was only silence. And there's silence within everything. Before anything begins, there is silence. Think about the sea turtle. They've been around for so long, so many years. They know the medicine of silence very, very, very well. Think about the old ancient hawthorn tree that grows all winding around itself. Roots down so deep. It knows the medicine of silence very well. When we're feeling out of tune with ourselves, when we're feeling like we've lost touch or it's hard to find our way, silence is there to guide us home to ourselves. On February 2nd, we have a beautiful, holy holiday. Some know it as Candlemas, some know it as symbolic. And this is a time where we celebrate light returning out of the silence and the darkness of winter. And it is a time to celebrate new life and new beginnings, but just the initial spark of that new life, just the gestation of new life, not quite to the birth yet, right? Just the gestation phase. And it's a time of celebrating our creativity, our poetry, medicine that we carry within us that also must gestate. Then we have the new moon in Aquarius on the 11th. And this is a time, again, for us to get really, really quiet and envision a new way. And then somewhere around the full Virgo moon, we're able, which is on the 27th of this month, we're able to then ground that energy. We're able to ground it more, to bring it home more. And all throughout this month until about the 21st, we have a Mercury retrograde going on. So it's not really the time to push, to force, to make the connections, to make the calls. You know, this is the time to go into silence. Perhaps the beginning of everything. Perhaps within everything. If you think about silence from a professional level, that can bring about fear, right? Oh no, I don't want things to get quiet. What if things get quiet? But if work has gone quiet for you, if things have gone quiet professionally for you right now, know that that is because you're getting the space that's needed, the silence that's needed in order to plant the seed of the new dream and the new way, the Aquarius way, the new dream and the new way, right? And I think it's so important for us to face our fear of silence. There could be a part of us that equates silence with death, but and that's a whole thing, you know, to look at. Like, why are we so afraid with endings? Why are we so afraid of death when it's inevitable, when it's a part of us? But there's also silence itself. You know, there's this room, I believe, in Minnesota known as the quietest room in the world. And when you go into it, you can hear your heartbeat and your body's functioning, and people really start to lose their mind after a little while in it and begin hallucinating and everything like that just from silence. That's how powerful it is, you know? And let's take a look for a second at all the noise that we take in on a daily basis. You know, do you wake up and you immediately pick up your phone and go on social media or read the news? Think about how much noise there is, that constant chatter, that constant movement, inundating ourselves with way too much information for us to even remotely process. But what would happen if we allowed ourselves to move more in tune with the cycles and the rhythms of the nature that we are? So there's the arising, the abiding, and the fading away. Arising, abiding, fading away. So after we take in some level of information, we pause for a second. We allow ourselves to get silent. We see if the information we've taken in resonates with us. You know, I think we hear that word like, that doesn't really resonate with me. We hear that all the time, right? But it's actually a very powerful thing to say, like resonate. Does it resonate? Does the sound work within ourselves? Does it balance us out? You know, and when we pause for a second after we take some information in, when we take a moment of silence, we can really truly see if something does or does not resonate with us, rather than just keeping it all on a mental level, or worse, trying to fit in, and so trying to say that what somebody else is saying has to make sense for you because of maybe the work you do or who, or the image that you're meant to portray in the world, right? So silence helps us to come home to ourselves. Silence helps us to understand what is my energy and what is the energy from outside of me. When was the last time you gave yourself 1 hour a day of silence? When was the last time you gave yourself 2 hours a day of silence and stillness? Meditation? In Space by Mama Medicine, we have a self-led silent meditation retreat. This, I feel, is the most advanced offering that is within Space, because silence is so challenging and so scary. What happens when you strip all the noise away? What happens when you strip all the outside information away? You're left with yourself. And then you have to face the running narrative of your own thoughts. And you have to face yourself, your own judgments. And that can take some time to clear. But eventually, even the mind gets tired. And then it's there, that silence, that stillness, that peace. And this is what I wish for you this month. So much silence, stillness, and peace.